Nolan Dandridge only wanted one thing: to feed his kids and enjoy a little sunshine. Every other Saturday, he and his family claimed their favorite stretch of grass beside the Ashley River, Crestwood. Meadows wasn't fancy, but it was theirs. He worked the grill in a plain white t-shirt and basketball shorts, tending ribs like a man who believed perfect food could fix even a weary soul. Ooh. His wife, Tiana, unwrapped dishes with a practiced grace, warning him again not to burn anything. Their daughter Kendra lounged nearby with earbuds in, pretending not to watch. Their younger son Jalen chased a frisbee across the grass, laughing and carefree. It was peaceful, simple, exactly what Nolan worked long days for. Until tires crunched across the park grounds. A Charleston County Sheriff's cruiser pulled up too close to the grill. Two deputies got out, one older, all sharp edges and mirrored glasses, one younger, broader, silent. Their steps were slow, controlled, not curious, not friendly, certain. Who? Got a permit for this gathering? The older one asked. Leaking. Nolan wiped his hands calmly. Not hosting an event, sir. Just a family cookout. Ooh, to me looks bigger than that, the younger one said. Ooh, Tiana stepped closer, protective. It's just us and our children. No music, no crowd. Ooh, we didn't ask you, the older deputy snapped. Ooh, Jalen froze mid-bite. Kendra took out her earbuds. Nolan stayed still, professional calm in his voice. Ooh, this isn't a public event. It's a meal. Ooh, ID, the younger one demanded. Ooh, Nolan blinked once. To eat ribs? Ooh, we need to know who we're talking to. Ooh, you're not required to demand identification unless you suspect a crime. Ooh, you getting smart with us? Ooh, tension spread like fire. One deputy walked around the table, peering into pans of food. The other ran Nolan's license plates. Kendra whispered, "Are we in trouble?" Ooh, no, Nolan answered softly. We're fine. Ooh, but every part of him sharpened. Hands visible. Movements calm. Voice even. Ooh, again show ID. Ooh, Nolan took a slow breath and reached for his wallet. He did not hand them his driver's license. He handed them a badge. Federal credentials, FBI. The older deputy read it twice, surprise flickering behind the mirrored lenses. Ooh, special agent. Ooh, supervisory special agent, Nolan corrected. Ooh, silence, shock, regret. Ooh, they stammered apologies, backed away, and left without another word. No violation. No law broken. No reason to be there at all. Jalen asked, what just happened? Ooh, Nolan knelt. Nothing you did. But remember what you saw. Ooh, Tiana had recorded every second. Ooh, that night she posted it with a simple message. This happened to us today. No permit, no problem. They came anyway. By morning, the video had gone viral. Some viewers were outraged. Others outraged at them. Comments flooded in support, disbelief, hate, praise. Then the press arrived. Nolan stood in his living room, stoic but honest. If I didn't flash my badge, they might have made us leave. Or worse, that badge didn't protect me. It just made them rethink the story they were writing about us. Ooh. When asked if this was racial profiling, he didn't hesitate. I don't think it. I know it. Ooh. The FBI called him in, not to punish, but to quiet him. Advising discretion, they said. Consider bureau optics. Nolan nodded politely, then walked outside, opened his phone, and spoke louder. He posted a video of his own. No music, no glare, just truth. Within hours, it passed 100,000 views. Soon, national. A former colleague called. Speak at the Civil Rights Forum. People need to hear you. He wasn't sure. Until his own daughter said, You're always telling us to stand up. So why aren't you? In Washington, D.C., he faced a room of lawmakers, activists, officers, and students. He said, I've held a badge for 15 years. Investigated abuses. Filed reports that got men fired. But in that park, none of it mattered. They didn't see my rank. They saw a black man cooking ribs where they thought he shouldn't be. Change doesn't come from silence. It comes when people refuse to stay quiet. The applause didn't feel like victory, it felt like responsibility. Back home, Nolan struggled with what came next. The Bureau wanted him silent, social media wanted him loud. His family wanted him safe. But Nolan knew safe had never been the answer. He founded a small non-profit line of sight. Not to fight the system from the outside, but to shake it from within. Training officers, educating communities, sharing stories that never make the news. Before launching it, he went back to the park. Alone, he sat beneath the old sycamore and wrote a question in his notebook. What if I didn't have that badge? Someone recognized him. A passing father simply said, "Sorry you had to go through that. Shouldn't be that way." No handshake. No cameras. Just truth. Moments later, his family appeared. Tiana smiling. Kendra recording Jalen holding a kite. Nolan laughed. He hadn't done that in a while. They sat in their old spot, ate sandwiches, and reclaimed a place that had always been theirs. Watching his children play again under the South Carolina sun, Nolan whispered to himself, "We belong here. We always did." And to anyone watching his story, now remember this. Some moments force you to choose between comfort and truth, between silence and change. Nolan Dandridge never asked to be a symbol. He only asked to eat lunch with his family. But what happened wasn't just his story. It's the story of every unseen moment that hasn't been caught on camera. Don't wait to be interrupted. Don't wait to be believed. Speak, record, share. Because the louder our voices become, the harder they are to ignore. Boo!